Hello dears, Andrew is here. Listen carefully. The world doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. It rewards one type of man, the man with an iron mindset, the man who refuses to break. The man who dominates his doubts, crushes his weaknesses, and rules his reality. You want to be the TOPG, then understand this. Weakness is death. Every second you waste, every excuse you make, every time you quit, you're digging your own grave. The TOPG doesn't whine, he doesn't fold, he adapts, he fights, he wins. You think champions are born? Wrong, they're built. In the gym at 5 a.m., in the silence when no one's watching, in the moments when pain screams at them to stop. And they keep going. Pressure, good. It forges diamonds. Fear, good. It means you're alive. Now conquer IT, failure, good. It's the tuition for success. This is your wake-up call. No more softness, no more doubt. The iron mindset starts today. You either step up or get left behind. The choice, it's yours. Now, what will you do? Listen closely, because this is where most men fail. They want the glory, the money, the power, but they don't want the grind. They don't want the sweat, the pain, the sleepless nights, the days when everything in their body screams quit. But here's the truth, and it's a truth that will either make you or break you. Success is not given. It's taken, and the only way to take it, embrace the grind like it's your last chance at life. You think the man at the top woke up there? You think he got handed his empire on a silver platter? No, he crawled through hell. He bled, he failed, he got back up. He outworked every lazy, excuse-making loser who said it's too hard. While they were sleeping, he was working. While they were complaining, he was dominating. The grind isn't just hard work, it's a mindset. It's looking at a mountain and saying, I will climb you or I will die trying. It's staring into the mirror after a loss and saying, I'll come back stronger. It's waking up when your body begs for 5 more minutes and tearing through ID anyway. Let me tell you something painful but necessary. You are not special. The world doesn't owe you a damn thing. There are a million guys just like you, dreaming the same dreams, wanting the same things. But only one question matters: who is willing to suffer more, who is willing to push when everyone else quits, who is willing to burn for their goals while others just wish for them. That's the difference between a king and a peasant. The grind doesn't care if you're tired, it doesn't care if you're scared, it doesn't care if you feel like you can't go on. Tough. The grind only respects one thing: action. You show up when you don't want to. You put in the reps when your muscles scream. You study when your brain feels fried. You keep going when every cell in your body tells you to stop. That is how you win. And here's the secret they don't tell you: the grind never ends. You don't just make it and relax. The moment you stop grinding, someone hungrier is coming for your spot. The moment you get comfortable, you lose. The TOPG doesn't rest. He doesn't celebrate too long. He advances, because the grind isn't just a phase. It's a WY of life. So ask yourself right now, are you willing to pay the price? Are you ready to suffer now so you can reign later? Or are you just another weak man waiting for a miracle? Because let me tell you, miracles are for the weak. Winners create their miracles through blood, sweat, and unbreakable will. The choice is yours. The grind is waiting. What will you do? You want to know what separates the winners from the losers? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not even intelligence. The difference between a champion and a failure comes down to one thing: excuses. Losers love excuses, they worship them, they collect them like trophies. I didn't have enough time, I didn't have the right connections, the market was bad, my boss hates me, my genetics suck. Pathetic. Every single excuse is just another way of saying I wasn't strong enough to succeed, so I quit. But winners don't make excuses. Winners take responsibility. Winners look at their failures and say, this is my fault. I didn't work hard enough. I didn't prepare enough. I didn't want it enough. And then they fix it. They don't cry. They don't blame the world. They adapt. They improve. They dominate. Let me break this down for you in a way you'll never forget. Excuses are the chains that keep you trapped in mediocrity. Every time you blame someone else, every time you point the finger, every time you whine about circumstances, you are giving up your power. You are telling the universe, I am weak, I am not in control of my life. And guess what? The universe listens, it leaves you behind, but when you own your mistakes, when you stand up and say, no more excuses, I am the problem and I am the solution, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when you take back control. That's when you start winning. Think about the greatest men in history. Do you think they sat around complaining? Do you think they waited for perfect conditions? No, they took action. They faced wars, poverty, betrayal, and still, they rose. Because they refuse to be victims, they refuse to let excuses dictate their fate. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep lying to yourself, keep blaming your lack of success on everything and everyone else. Or you can end the hell up and admit the truth. Your life is your responsibility. No one is coming to save you. No one cares about your sob story. The world only respects results. And if you don't have the results you want, that's on you, not your parents, not your boss, not the economy. You want money, earn ID, you want respect, demand ID, you want power, take ID, but you will never get any of it as long as you hide behind excuses. So I'll ask you one last time, are you a winner, or are you just another excuse-making loser? Because the path to greatness starts with one decision. No more excuses. Now, what's it gonna be? Let me tell you something that will change everything for you. You need pressure. You need struggle. You need those moments where it feels like the entire world is crushing you, because that's exactly when you're being forged into something unbreakable. Think about how diamonds are made. They don't form on some comfortable beach under the sun. No, they're created deep underground, where the weight of the entire earth presses down on them for millions of years. That pressure, that's what transforms weak, ordinary carbon into the hardest substance on the planet. And you're no different. Right now, you might be facing problems that feel like they're too much. Maybe you're drowning in debt. Maybe you're getting rejected over and over. Maybe you're training harder than ever but still not seeing results. And you know what? Good. That pressure you feel, that's not your enemy. That's your training ground. That's the universe testing you, asking, how bad do you really want this? Because here's the truth. Comfort is the killer of greatness. When everything is easy, you get soft. When nothing challenges you, you stop growing. Look at the strongest men in history. They weren't raised in peace. They were shaped by war, by hardship, by moments where they had to dig deeper than they ever thought possible. And that's exactly why they became legends. So the next time you feel like quitting, like the pressure is too much, I want you to remember this. This is where the magic happens. This is where losers break and winners are made. Every single struggle you face right now is custom, designed to build you into the kind of man who can handle success. Because success isn't just about getting what you want. It's about becoming the kind of man who can hold on to it. And let me ask you something. When you look back on your life years from now, what do you want to see? A man who ran from pressure, who played it safe, who cracked under the weight of his own dreams? Or do you want to see a diamond, a man who embraced the struggle, who welcomed the pressure, who let it refine him until he became unstoppable? The choice is yours. The pressure is here. Now, what will you do with it? Because one day, all this struggle will make sense. One day, you'll look at the man you've become and realize you needed every bit of that pressure to become who you were meant to be, so don't run from it. Lean into it, let it shape you, let it transform you, and then let it propel you straight to the top. Fear is the silent killer of dreams. It's the invisible hand that strangles potential before it ever gets a chance to breathe. Right now, fear is whispering in your ear, telling you all the reasons you can't, shouldn't, and won't succeed. But here's the raw, unfiltered truth. Every legendary man who ever walked this earth felt fear. The difference, they didn't let it stop them. They dominated it, and you must do the same. Let me be brutally honest with you, fear never goes away. Not when you make your first million. Not when you're standing on stage in front of thousands. Not when you've achieved everything you ever wanted. The fear stays. The only thing that changes is your relationship with IT. Winners aren't fearless. Winners are the ones who feel the fear and charge forward anyway. What are you afraid of right now? Failure, rejection, looking stupid, good? That means you're about to grow. Because real growth only happens when you step outside your comfort zone and into the arena where failure is possible. The man who never fails is the man who never tries anything worthwhile. Think about that. Your fear of failure is actually proof that what you're attempting matters. Let me tell you about the two types of pain in this world. There's the pain of discipline, pushing through fear, taking action, and building your empire. Then there's the pain of regret, lying on your deathbed wondering what if. The choice is yours. You will experience pain either way. But only one path leads to greatness. Your brain is wired to protect you, to keep you safe and small. That's why fear feels so intense. It's your primitive mind screaming danger. But here's what your lizard brain doesn't understand. In today's world, the things that scare you won't kill you. Getting rejected won't kill you. Starting that business won't kill you. Asking her out won't kill you. The only thing that can truly destroy you is letting fear make your decisions for you. I want you to do something right now. Think of one thing you've been putting off because you're afraid. Got it? Good. Now I want you to go do ID within 24 hours, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Why? Because the moment you take action despite fear is the moment you break its power over you. Every time you face fear head on, you rewire your brain. You prove to yourself that you're stronger than your doubts. Remember this, fear is just a feeling. It has no power except what you give it. The most successful people in the world didn't wait until they felt confident. They took action while shaking in their boots. That's the secret. Confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Confidence follows. So here's your new mantra. Fear means go. When you feel that knot in your stomach, that voice saying, "What if I fail?" That's your signal to charge. That's your opportunity to separate yourself from the weak masses who let fear dictate their lives. The world belongs to the brave, not the fearless, not the perfect, the brave, the ones who stare their fears in the face and say, "I'm doing this anyway." That could be you, that should be you, because deep down you know the truth. You weren't put on this earth to play small. You were born to conquer. Now ask yourself, what amazing things could you accomplish if fear wasn't holding you back? What kind of man would you become if you made decisions based on ambition rather than anxiety? That version of you exists. He's waiting on the other side of your fears. All you have to do is walk through them. The clock is ticking. Every day you hesitate is another day your dreams slip further away. You can listen to fear and stay exactly where you are, or you can feel the fear and move forward anyway. The choice is yours, but remember, fortune favors the bold. So what's it going to be? Will you let fear write the story of your life? Or will you grab life by the throat and make IT yours? The brave man wins. The brave man thrives. The brave man leaves a legacy. Which one are you? Let me tell you the cold, hard truth that nobody wants to hear. Motivation is for amateurs. Motivation is temporary. Motivation comes and goes like the wind, but discipline is forever. Discipline is what separates the men from the boys. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality. You want to know why most people never make it? Because they only work when they feel like it. They only grind when the mood strikes them. They show up when it's convenient. And then they wonder why they're stuck in the same place year after year, watching other men rise while they stay buried in mediocrity. Here's the reality check you need. Greatness isn't about grand gestures. It's about daily disciplines. It's about what you do when no one is watching. It's about getting up when you're tired. It's about working when you're not inspired. It's about pushing forward when every fiber of your being wants to quit. Think about the greatest athletes in the world. What makes them different? Talent, please. There are thousands of talented people who never make it. The difference is their unwavering discipline, the ability to train when they're sore, to practice when they're bored, to show up day after day after day, long after the excitement has faded. Now look at your own life. Are you treating your goals like a hobby or like a mission? Are you working on your dreams only when it's easy, or are you committed no matter what? Because let me tell you something. The path to success isn't paved with occasional effort. It's built brick by brick through daily, relentless, unglamorous work. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. It's saying no to distractions. It's staying focused when everyone else is playing around. It's keeping your eyes on the prize when the world tries to pull you in a million directions. And here's the beautiful part. Discipline compounds. Every time you choose the gym over the couch, you get stronger. Every time you choose learning over mindless scrolling, you get smarter. Every time you choose work over excuses, you get closer to your goals. These small choices add up until one day you look up and realize you've become unstoppable. But discipline isn't just about work. It's about every area of your life, your health, your relationships, your mindset, your habits. True discipline means being the master of your impulses, not their slave. It means controlling your emotions instead of letting them control you. It means living intentionally rather than by accident. I know what you're thinking, but discipline is hard. Damn right it is. That's why most people fail. That's why most people never reach their potential, because they're not willing to do what's hard. They're not willing to endure short-term discomfort for long-term success. But you're different. You understand that the pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. You understand that every moment you waste is a moment you'll never get back. You understand that time is your most precious asset, and discipline is how you make the most of it. So here's your challenge. Starting today, commit to being 1% more disciplined than you were yesterday. One more rep, one more hour of focused work, one more healthy meal, one more productive action when you don't feel like it. Because that's how legends are made, not through occasional bursts of effort, but through consistent daily discipline. The world is full of talented failures. Don't be one of them. Be the man who outworks everyone. Be the man who shows up no matter what. Be the man whose discipline becomes his superpower. Because when motivation fades, and it will, discipline will carry you through. When others quit, and they will, discipline will keep you going. When the path gets tough, and it will, discipline will be your compass. This is your moment. This is your test. Will you be the man who masters himself, or just another casualty of weak willpower? The choice is yours. The time is now. Discipline equals freedom. Discipline equals power. Discipline equals legacy. What will yours be? Listen up, because this is where the game is truly won or lost inside your mind. The battlefield isn't out there in the world. It's not your competition, your circumstances, or your luck. The real war is fought between your ears. Your mindset isn't just part of the game, it is the game. And right now, you're either building a champion's mentality or you're programming yourself for failure. Think about this. Two men face the same setback. One collapses defeated, saying, "This always happens to me." The other grits his teeth and says, "This is exactly what I needed to level up." Same situation. Different mindsets, different outcomes. Which one are you? A champion's mindset isn't about positive thinking, it's about dominant thinking. It's about seeing opportunity where others see obstacles. It's about knowing deep in your bones that you will find a way or make one. It's about understanding that every no brings you closer to yes. Every failure teaches you what not to do next time, and every ounce of resistance is proof you're heading in the right direction. Here's the raw truth most people can't handle. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. If you think small, you'll live small. If you think like a victim, life will victimize you. But if you think like a conqueror, if you wake up every morning with the unshakable belief that you will bend reality to your will, the universe has no choice but to obey. Look at any underdog who rose to greatness. What separated them? Not resources, not connections, their refusal to accept limitations. They didn't have better cards, they just played their hand like champions. They looked at impossible odds and said, "Watch me." That's the mentality you need to cultivate. Not hope, not wishful thinking, certainty, the bone. Deep knowing that whatever stands in your way, you'll bulldoze through it, climb over it, or tunnel under it, but you will not be stopped. Right now, your mind is either your greatest weapon or your worst enemy. It's feeding you either power or poison. Every thought is a seed. Plant seeds of victory, and victory grows. Plant seeds of doubt, and watch your dreams wither. This isn't philosophy, it's the law of mental harvest. You reap what you sow in the soil of your mind. So how do champions think? They don't ask, "Can I do this?" They declare, "I will do this." They don't see problems, they see puzzles to solve. They don't fear competition, they crave it, because iron sharpens iron. They don't avoid pressure, they thrive under it, because pressure creates diamonds. This is where you need to get brutally honest with yourself. What mental garbage are you tolerating? What limiting beliefs are you coddling? That voice whispering you're not good enough, are you still listening to it? It's time for a mental revolution. It's time to take control of your inner narrative like your life depends on it, because it does. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can let the world dictate your thoughts, or you can dictate your reality through your thoughts. You can absorb the negativity around you, or you can radiate your own unstoppable energy. You can focus on what's missing, or you can maximize what you have. Champions aren't born with this, they choose it. Daily, relentlessly. Here's your mental warfare strategy. Eradicate can't. From your vocabulary, the words you use shape your reality. Visualize victory daily. See your success so clearly. It becomes inevitable. Feed your mind with power. What you consume mentally determines what you become. Embrace the grind. Fall in love with the process. Not just the outcome. Control Your focus where attention goes, energy flows. This isn't about pretending life is easy. It's about knowing you're built for the hard. It's not about avoiding fear. It's about acting despite it. It's not about never falling down. It's about always getting up. The most dangerous man in any room isn't the smartest or the strongest. It's the one who knows with absolute certainty that he cannot be kept down. That's the mindset you need to cultivate. That's the mental armor you need to forge, because when your mind is bulletproof, no obstacle can stop you. When your mentality is unbreakable, no setback can derail you. So I'll ask you point blank, what mental weak spots are you still carrying? What loser thoughts are you still entertaining? The moment you take control of your mind is the moment you take control of your destiny. Champions aren't made in gyms. They're forged in the fires of their own minds. The question is, what's your mind forging? A champion or just another could have been? The choice is yours. The time is now. Think like a champion and watch your world change. The greatest disease plaguing humanity isn't poverty or illness. It's the disease of good enough. That poisonous little voice that whispers, "You've done enough. This is fine. Don't rock the boat." Let me tell you something that will shake your soul. Mediocrity is a slow death. Settling is betrayal. A trail of the potential burning inside you. The TOPG doesn't beg for scraps from life's table. He demands the whole damn feast because he knows his worth. Look around you. The world is filled with people operating at 40% capacity, coasting, compromising, making excuses for why they can't have more. They trade their dreams for comfort, their fire for security, their hunger for complacency, and then they wonder why they feel empty. Here's the brutal truth. Life doesn't give you what you want. Life gives you what you demand. If you accept average, you'll get average. If you tolerate disrespect, you'll keep getting disrespected. But if you raise your standards to match your ambitions, that's when the universe starts rearranging itself to meet your energy. This isn't about greed. This isn't about ego. This is about honoring the warrior inside you that knows you were built for more. That itch you feel, that restlessness, that's not anxiety. That's your greatness trying to break free. Most people spend their lives numbing that feeling instead of following it, but not you. You recognize it for what it is, a divine discontent placed inside you for a reason. That discomfort is your compass, pointing you toward the version of yourself you're meant to become. Let me show you how winners operate. They don't celebrate victories, they analyze them for how to improve. They don't mourn failures, they weaponize them. They don't compare themselves to others, they compete with their own potential. While others are patting themselves on the back for minor wins, the TOPG is already asking, what's next? How can I push further? Where's the next mountain to climb? This isn't about never being satisfied, it's about being too in love with your own evolution to ever plateau. Your current reality is nothing more than a physical manifestation of your past standards. If you want a new reality, you need new standards. If you're not getting what you think you deserve, it's not the world's fault. It's because somewhere on some level, you're still accepting less. Maybe it's in your work ethic. Maybe it's in the people you tolerate. Maybe it's in the excuses you still make. Whatever it is, find it and burn it. Here's how you start demanding more, ruthlessly odd at your life. Who are you tolerating that's beneath your potential? Upgrade your environment. You become the average of the 5 people closest to you. Set impossible goals, not to achieve them, but to force your growth in chasing them. Develop a zero-tolerance policy for your own excuses, laziness, and self-betrayal. Fall in love with the process. The obsession must become its own reward. This is where most men fail. They want the reward without the obsession. They want the six-pack without the gym sessions. They want the empire without the 80-hour weeks. They want respect without excellence. Life doesn't work that way. The TOPG understands that the size of your demands must be matched by the size of your dedication. You don't get to want more while doing the same. I need you to understand something critical. Your brain is a goal-seeking machine. Whatever standard you set for yourself, it will work tirelessly to meet that standard. Set the bar at survival, and it will keep you barely alive. Set it at domination, and it will move heaven and earth to get you there. Right now, your subconscious is taking orders from your conscious mind. What orders are you giving it? The fire inside you, that hunger that keeps you up at night. That's not something to suppress. That's your superpower. That's your competitive edge in a world full of zombies going through the motions. While they're hitting snooze, you'll be attacking the day. While they're complaining, you'll be creating. While they're settling, you'll be redefining what's possible. This is your wake-up call. This is your intervention. The world needs what you have, but not the watered down, compromised version, the fully expressed, unapologetic, relentless pursuit of your highest potential. Not for fame, not for money, but because anything less is a sin against your destiny. So I'll ask you directly, what are you still tolerating that you know needs to change? Where are you still playing small when you're meant for greatness? That relationship, that habit, that lazy mindset, identify it, then declare war on it. The TOPG doesn't hope for more. He doesn't wish for more. He demands more. From himself first, then from the world. Now, what will you demand? Because the quality of your life will always reflect the strength of your demands. Set the bar low and suffer, set it high and soar. The choice was always yours.